One thing about this lake of fire, in the middle of this lake of fire, I could see different pedestals, like just rock pedestals that were shooting up from the lake of fire. And there were people that were trying to jump from one pedestal to the next, to the next. Up on the top of this cave, there was a portal to heaven. Every bit of free will and authority that I thought I had on earth had been completely taken away. And I was just felt with this incredibly, incredibly intense sadness that I thought, oh my God, now my parents are going to come into my room the next day and they're just going to find my dead body in my bed. And they're not going to know what happened. They're not going to know about this experience. I'm never going to be able to tell them that I love them again. I'm never going to be able to experience, another breath on earth. It was this super intense feeling of hopelessness and loss. I had no idea what I had, but now it's lost forever and I can never get it back. I mean, it was just the worst feeling that I've ever felt in my life. As I'm feeling this, as I'm basically saying farewell to my life and being so sad and upset that now everything is lost, the people that were over to my right, that were in this lake of fire, who had just a second ago, they were screaming in agony in a way that I've never heard before, intensely. Now I start to hear them change. Their attitude shifts. Instead of screaming, now one by one, each one of them starts saying, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And it gets louder and louder. And I see a white light that's emanating over from my right shoulder. And I'm too weak to actually turn over and look in his direction or to see what they're looking at or what they're sensing. My attention is so towards myself and what I'm feeling that it's like I don't even have the energy to think or to look at anything else but to really just sit in my feelings right now. As these people start saying, Jesus, Jesus, and I see this white light kind of coming forward, the people who were in the flames started reaching out towards him. I could see their hands swiping over, just to try to touch his robe. And I'm just seeing this off of the very, very peripheral, the far peripheral of my right eye. I'm seeing them just try to grab at him, and they can't. Their hands come, within millimeters of touching his robe, and they can't. They can't, but they know that if they do, they would be sent to heaven. Because now that they're in this place, now that they realize how everything works, now that they realize what your life on earth was, now they understand that Jesus is real. Now they understand that God is real. It's too late for them. They know that he is real, but now that they're in this place, it doesn't matter anymore. It only mattered when they were on earth, living their earthly lives. And one thing about this lake of fire, in the middle of this lake of fire, I could see different pedestals, like just rock pedestals that were shooting up from the lake of fire. And there were people that were trying to jump from one pedestal to the next, to the next. Up on the top of this cave, there was a portal to heaven. And you could clearly see it. And when you look at it, it looks like you could very easily traverse these different pedestals and just jump through that portal and get to heaven. It looks like it's right there, but you can't. No matter how many times you try to jump on these pedestals, no matter how far you think you can jump, no matter how good of a climber you think you are, You cannot reach this portal. I didn't see anybody even get close to reaching this. But you can see heaven from hell. And that's what I think torments, it is the biggest torment of this situation that these people were in, is that they feel like it's so close, but yet impossibly far. So as this white light is approaching over my right shoulder, as these people in the flames were grasping to try to touch Jesus, and I'm still feeling everything that I'm feeling, this loss and this hopelessness and this torment and this deep, deep sadness and regret, he comes over to me and touches my shoulder. He crouches with me. He gets on his knees with me and puts his hands on my shoulder. The moment that he puts his hands on my shoulder, I went from feeling the worst that I have ever felt to the absolute most euphoric and happy I've ever felt. When he touched my shoulder, my heart exploded. I mean, exploded in love. The most intense, beautiful feeling of love that I can express. I felt like all of the love and the intensity of love that I had felt on earth in my regular life, all of that love, the love from a mother, the love from a brother, the love from a spouse, the love of your favorite childhood pet, all of that love fit into a nutshell. And now this love that I was feeling felt like it was as big as the universe. I mean, when I say my heart exploded in love, that's the only way that I can express it. My entire core, from my longest hair to my longest toe, was just filled with this intense, beautiful, warm feeling of ever expanding love that I've never felt that before. I've never ever felt this intensity of love before. And it felt like all of these different loves that I've mentioned, the love of a mother, the love of a brother, all of these things all combined, it felt like this is where love came from. If you have the feeling of love on earth, you're only able to feel love because Jesus created that love for you to feel. Without him, no one on earth would be able to feel love. And Jesus is responsible. And when I'm stating these facts, these aren't things that he said to me. These are just things at the moment that he touched me, I just knew them. They were just instantly uploaded into my brain or my soul at that point. And I just knew that this is how things worked in this moment. Every feeling of satisfaction, of fulfillment, and of love that we feel on earth is because of him. And it is from the smallest little things to the biggest things. When you wake up in the morning and you leave your house to go to work and you look up to the sky and you just take that first big deep breath in the morning and you feel the sun on you, you look at the sky on you, that feeling of, okay, I'm ready to take on this day. That feeling is Jesus. When you are thirsty and you drink a glass of cold water and you have that feeling, that is Jesus. You are feeling that because Jesus has given us the ability to feel this sense of satisfaction and fulfillment from these little things. When you are freezing on a cold night and you put a blanket over yourself and you feel warm, you can only feel that because Jesus has given us that feeling to feel. Every single thing, every single feeling of satisfaction and happiness comes from him. He invented love. So he puts his arm on my shoulder. He basically is kind of hugging me. He has one hand on my right shoulder, and he has a staff that I can see off of the peripheral of my left eye, because he came over from the right and he hunched down over me, and his face is over to my left, and I can't see his face, which is kind of freaking me out. But at the same time, I'm not worried about anything now. At 1 second right before Jesus came, I was worried, I was anxious, I was fearful of absolutely everything. Now that he was near me, I feared nothing. I felt complete elation that he was near me. So I look over to my left, and his face is blurred out. I can see hair. I can see that he had a staff in his left hand. I saw that he was wearing a white robe with a purple violet sash around it, but I could not see his face. His face was it was just a shadow, or just a blur. And as I am understanding who this is.
Thank you so much for watching this clip. If you want to see the full interview, just click on the video on your screen right now, or check the description below for the link. I'll see you there.